Okay, you wrote the equilibrium constant is equal to, so you have a concentration of C into concentration of D divided by concentration of A into concentration of B. Clear this part?
Yeah.
Okay. So what does it mean here? Concentration we mention here in terms of the gas. Okay. So concentration of C gas, concentration of D gas, and concentration of A gas, and concentration of B gas. So these are, and this is called the K. Whatever the ratio you get, that is called the equilibrium constant. Okay. So this, how does this help us? Basically, this actually helps us to know how much is the the rate of reaction happened. To how much the quantity of how much the concentration of the A and B is converted into how concentration of C and D, or how much from the concentration of C and D, how much is got converted to A and B. So that actually kind of information can be depicted from the equilibrium constant. Is this clear to you now?
Yes, sir.
Next.
Yeah.
Now we'll take the example of hydrogen plus iodine is equal to 2Hi. Just write on this example. H2 plus I2 gives the 2Hi. Okay. Now H2 plus I2 gives the 2Hi. So when you balance it out, so you get basically 1 mole of hydrogen, 1 mole of iodine gives you 2 moles of Hi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now 1 mole of H2 plus 1 mole of I2 gives you 2 moles of Hi. Now in this case, let's understand. We'll do this, just go through the table 7.2. Okay, so basically we are trying to find the equilibrium constant of this. On the first is the forward reaction. So 1 to 4 is the forward reaction. If you just see in the table 7.2, from row 1 to row 4, it's the forward reaction. Forward reaction means you making the reactants hydrogen and iodine, some concentrations you are taking, and seeing the concentration of the Hi after certain time. Okay, and then we are trying to find the we are just trying to understand the concentration part here, because initial concentration per mole moles per liter, that's when molarity is given to you, and equilibrium concentration moles per liter is given us. So basically two reactors. In the first row, if you just see, we have taken the 2.4 and 10 power minus 2 moles per liter of hydrogen and 1.38 and minus 2 moles per liter of iodine. When you try to mix these two reactants, so initial concentration of the Hi was 0. Got it? Now, when the equilibrium was reached, what was the concentration of H2, what was the concentration of I2, and what was the concentration of Hi? Did you understand this part? First row is clear?
Yes, sir.
First row, so we are varying the initial concentration, and at the time of equilibrium we are noting down the total concentration of reactant as well as the product. Are you getting it now? Is this part clear? So experimentally we found that if you just see from first row to fourth row, 1 to 4, we kept on changing the initial concentration of the hydrogen and the iodine. Okay, and in that later after the equilibrium we reached, we could actually find out that that concentration of Hi was increasing from 0 to some certain value, 2.9, 2.52, then 2.96, 3.34, 3.08. Clear? At the same time, the concentration of H2 was decreasing and the I2 was also decreasing. Clear? First to 4, we are showing you this is the forward reaction. First to 4, we are showing the forward reaction in which the hydrogen and iodine is getting converted to Hi now. Clear? And 5th to 6th.
Yeah.
5th row to 6th row, we are showing you the reverse reaction. In this reverse reaction, we just have taken the Hi only. So our reactance is Hi only, but so because we are showing the decomposition reaction here. So that's why initial concentration of hydrogen and iodine is 0 and 0. After the equilibrium we reach, again we are showing you the concentration of how much is concentration of H2, how much is I2, and how much is Hi. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, as per the equilibrium constant, what is the formula now when we apply for the the equilibrium constant in the case of H2 plus I2? It will be given as, since they both are the gas now, write down equilibrium constant. Simple expression can be written as HI equivalent divide by H2 into I2. Concentration of HI divide by concentration of H2 gas into concentration of I2 gas. Is it clear?
Okay.
Anything not clear, you can let me know.
Okay.
Clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next, one more thing we wanted to understand this part is that, because, yeah, this part is clear, no? This part is clear to you? This experiment is clear to you?
It's clear.
Okay, now can you just read out 7.3 so that we should not miss anything, any expressions in this part, okay? Just read out this part. In case any line which is, not clear, let me know. I'll clarify for you. Then we'll discuss about the table 7.4, okay?
Sorry, sir, could you repeat that?
What, Vijay?
Could you repeat what you just said?
7.3. Just read out this law of chemical equilibrium and equilibrium constant. Just read out the statement till the table 7.2. Then I'll explain to you table 7.3.
Okay, sir.
Okay, because we should not miss even a single line from there. That's the reason. Got it?
So can you explain D?
Yeah, D is not clear.
No, sir.
Yeah, just a moment, I'll tell you. When is your school opening, Tanisha?
Sir, no idea.
No idea. They have not told anything?
So maybe exam will be offline because periodic test is online. So final exam will be offline.
Okay, so they have not mentioned anything as such, is it?
No, sir.
And when is the final exams? They are telling anything?
So Feb last or March first week.
Okay, Feb last or March 1st, okay. Okay, fine, Tanisha. So what was the doubt for you in the fourth part, right? You were telling?
Yes, sir.
Deepa, old machinery sold for rupees 2000 to Manish, recorded through the sales book as 1800 and posted to credit of Manish as 1200 rupees. This is what?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this case, what will happen now? See, they have already told that old machinery sold for rupees 2000 to Manish. Okay, so debit, you already, now you will put what? Debit, sales, sales account debit. How much? No, sorry.
So
not,
it will be
no. So
linked to money account debit.
yeah, Manish account
to,
debit. Sorry.
machine.
Yeah, Manish account debit. But here there is some problem, right? Yeah, we need to correct it basically, right? Because you have debited the wrong amount. So earlier what was happening is you have debited Manish account is 1200, but sales account you have credited as 1800 rupees. Correct? But actually what you
So
have
are
to
they
do?
two different?
But what you have to do, Manish accounts you need to debit 2000 rupees. And to machinery account it has to go 2000 rupees credit. Correct, no? So,
Yes, sir.
so what is the difference now? How much suspense account will go to? You need to send the suspense account, right? Error rectifications we need to do for the 1800 rupees and the 1200 rupees.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So that has to get credited to the suspense account. So basically you need.
So when it says that when it says that it was recorded through the sales book, that means it was written as Manish account debit to sales as 1800.
Correct. That is meaning is that, yes. Manish account debit to the sales accounts is the 1800 rupees. Manish account debit was 1200 rupees, but it is sales account, it is debited as 1800. So both account is debited only. So, but the wrong entries are there. Manish account you are showing the debit of 1200 rupees, and sales account debit you are showing as 1800 rupees. But ideally you need to debit 2000 rupees and you need to credit 2000 rupees, right? That was the scenario we had to do. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So whatever the error
Yes,
happened,
sir.
so that error will those mistakes will put it on the suspense account. We'll do the correction after that. Whatever.
So basically,
Uh,
so the difference goes to the suspense account.
yeah,
right?
yeah, correct.
So in C, when they say that goods returned to Rai for rupees 3000 recorded through the sales book as 1000.
Yeah, sales. Correct. Sales book debit was recorded as 1000 and Rai's account debited was 2000 rupees. Then so it was returned. So return means,
So purchase return.
yeah. So basically you had return as a 3000 credit basically. To returns account 3000. Clear, right?
So what will be what is the wrong entry that is passed when they say that it was recorded through the sales book as 1000 rupees?
Okay, sales book is 1000 rupees there. That means the sales account debit was 1000 rupees. Wrongly recorded means sales account debit.
So
Yeah.
Debited, so we have to debit it from the sales book.
Yeah. You have to debit from the sales account.
So and then it's a purchase return, so Rai will also get debited, so she'll get debited for 3000.
Rai will get debited not for 3000. He'll get debited for 2000 because sales account, this was the purchase return. So this account has to go for the suspense account. Suspense account credit 3000 rupees. Because you have already recorded it, wrongly you have recorded, so you need to correct that part. So when you correct that part, it will be Rai's account debit will be 2000 rupees. Because totally was 3000 rupees, no? but you are showing the debit of 1000 rupees, so still you have to debit the 2000 rupees, no?
So the correct entry that should be passed was RAI account debit to good purchase return 3000.
Correct. Yes.
And it was passed as RAI account debit to sales as 1000.
Yes. So it was shown as 1000 rupees only debit. So you still have to debit the 2000 rupees there from there.
So then in the D1, when they say that old machinery sold for 2000, Manish recorded through sales book as 1800.
Correct.
So in that one, the correct entry that was supposed to be passed was Manish account debit to machinery account 2000.
Yes, correct. Manish account debit was 2000. But here, okay, in this case, no, I'll just tell you. In this case, what is the wrong thing is that you have basically actually the correct thing was supposed to be 2000 rupees has to be debited from Manish account, and which was 2000 rupees to be credited in the machinery account, right? But what you debited from what you're showing is there is 1200 rupees debit from the Manish account, and you are showing the 1800 also debit from the sales account. Correct? So basically the wrong entries was created there.
So but when it was recorded in the sales book, then sales book gets credited, right?
Yeah, sales book will, if it is recorded, that means the product has been sold. So somewhere it's got debited.
So then that means it was suspense account debit to sales account 1800.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
So here Manish is not getting debited for a 1800?
No, Manish is not getting debited, no. So on sales account it will get debited. Manish account debit you will be showing the 1200.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Vijay. Done?
Done. Yeah.
Okay, good. Excellent. Now let's go to the next part now. Yeah. Okay, so here now I want to tell you one more thing in this case, that table 7.3, if we just look at the table 7.3, so we have the expression involving the equilibrium concentration and the reactants now. Okay, now if we just see in this first column, we have just taken the concentration of HI divided by concentration of H2 into I2. But in the second column, concentration of the HI was done the square, and the concentration of H2 and the I2 was the same from the react, correct?
Yeah.
Now we found that experimentally when we calculated the value, so if you just see in the first column, you are getting the variations in the values of the equilibrium constant. Nothing is constant in that part. 1840, 1610, it's varying, isn't it? But in the second thing, we see the values are pretty much the constant, pretty much 46. Average, if you see, it's a constant, 46.4, 47.6 and 46. So all the experimental value shows the 46 point, it's approximately 46 range. Correct? And we say the equilibrium constant has to be equilibrium constant. That means it has to be constant. It should not vary. So this is just the, this actually the data is helping you to define the formula for the equilibrium constant. So in this case, first column or second column, if we had to define the proper formula for the equilibrium constant, what will we be defining? Second one.
Yeah.
Because second one shows the constant value all the time. Right?
Yeah.
So the correct formula for the equilibrium constant goes as HI, concentration of HI whole square. What is this whole square coming? This is the number of moles. If you just see the equation, whatever written, H2 plus I2 gives 2 HI. So 2 moles of HI. So whatever the number of moles of the HI gas is there, that we will put it in the power of the concentration. Can you see that?
Yeah.
This part is clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
This is what you need to understand. Okay, so all the time so basically you need to, when form the chemical equations, after the forming chemical equation, the product side, whatever the number of moles are there, that will go as a power for the equilibrium constant concentration. Clear? So concentration will be given as He whole square. We'll just write on the equation 7.2 so that it's clear to you. Okay, and in the constant part, everything will be in the gaseous. Okay, so we have to take only the gas part. Remember
Okay.
that. Okay, no liquid part or no solid part. Okay, this part is clear now. Write in the equation 7.2.
Yes, sir. Clear.
7.3 and always remember the Kc. We represent the Kc means concentration in terms of moles per liter. Okay. So that this also can be defined as equilibrium law or law of chemical equilibrium. So this part is also important. Just write down this part. This is defined as the law of chemical equilibrium. Okay. Because the product of concentration of the reaction products raised to the respective stoichiometric coefficient in the balanced chemical equations divided by the product of concentration of the reactants raised to the individual stoichiometric coefficients has the constant value. So we are just forming we are defining whatever the equation we formed it, we just defining the as a definition. Okay, this is known as equilibrium law or the law of chemical equilibrium. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now write down the equation now for 7.4. Before 7.5, write down if the number of moles, general equation just write down. Okay, if A is the number of moles of A reactant and B is the number of moles of B reactant, what will be the general expression? Equation 7.4. How will we we should be able to form the equation 7.4.
Yeah. Okay.
It's clear this part?
Yeah. Yes,
Good.
sir. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, now let's understand the next reaction. Equilibrium constant with now write the reaction of ammonia plus oxygen gives you nitric oxide plus H2O. First balance it. After that, we'll define the equilibrium constant for it.
Okay.
Okay, try it out now.
Also,
Yeah,
Okay. Yes, sir.
yeah, Danisha, tell me.
sir, I got the
You got the answer?
18,000.
Can you send me? Let me just check this part. And what are the suspense account you have? How much value coming in suspense account now?
So 18,000.
Excellent. And
So with the D part.
B part. B part is not clear?
No, sir.
Okay. So what you have written for the B part? Let me just check what you have written and then
Can you
just,
explain? Can you explain about the?
yeah.
So can you explain through sales book
Okay.
the credit of Manish of 12,000? Suppose the credit was not given. So what will be the entry?
What will be the entry for this part? No, which one you're doing? You're talking the B part only, right? Furniture purchased from the...
So in D part, so in the D part, it's written
Acha,
that old
D
machinery
part.
is sold for 2,000.
Okay. D.
Recorded through sales book.
Okay, this part, fine. No problem. Yeah, this part is okay. So let's understand clearly. It's old machinery sold for 2,000 to Manish, recorded through the sales book as 1,800 and posted to the credit of Manish as rupees 1,200. Now, what is the meaning here? Machinery is sold to 2,000 for 2,000 rupees, Manish.
Money.
Okay, so it was sold for 2,000 rupees. That is one part, clear. Next,
Yes, sir.
what is that means old machine, that means total, ideally it should be machine account, Manish account debit should be 2,000 rupees, correct? And sales account, machinery account credit should be 2,000 rupees from the first statement, clear? Next statement
Yes, sir.
says is, they've recorded through sales book as 1,800. So now sales book, see, machine is already sold. Now how much you are debiting in the sales account? See, it's already sold to Manish. Okay. So, but here mention as sales books. That means sales account debit is 1,800 rupees. And posted to the credit to the Manish as 1,200. So basically, you posted to the credit of Manish as a 1,200 rupees. So, but you are posting as a credit for Manish 200. 200 means what he is meaning here? He is giving, basically ideally is when you says that posted to the credit of Manish as 1,200, that means he is buying on the credit. So ideally 1,200 is going to debit from the Manish account.
Yes, sir.
So in the book, when you write entry, so what entry you will be writing, instead of 2,000 debit from the Manish to the sales account, so you have mentioned as 1,800 sales account debit and the Manish account debit is 1,200 rupees. So the meaning is this. The meaning of this statement is,
Okay, sir.
whenever they posted to the credit of Manish as 1,200, that means in the normal entry, it is basically, it's like a debiting from the Manish account 1,200 rupees. Because you already sold the 2,000 rupees. But the wrong entry is made there.
So, but when they say that recorded through sales book is 1,800,
Correct?
so that means that the entry that was passed, the wrong entry that was passed was Manish account debit to 1,800 to sales account 1,800, right?
Recorded through the sales book as 1,800. Yeah, and posted. No, it's already written here. No, and posted. That's what he mentioned here. If the and posted to the credit of Manish was not there, then I can understand that your statement is correct. But he already mentioned the and posted to the credit of Manish as 1,200. So it's a complete statement, not the not the half statement. So he is already
So if
mentioned.
the posted part was not there,
If the posted part was not there, then your valuation was correct. Then if it is 1,800, that means Manish account debit 1,800.
so then it. Okay, sir.
Then your statement is correct. But he clearly mentioned that what is being debited from Manish account and what is shown there as debit also. Got it, no?
So basically, sales book was also credited as 1,800 and Manish was also credited as 1,200.
Correct. Yes. Meaning is that.
So we have to debit it from Manish account and sales account and give it to the old machinery account and credit to the suspense account.
Yes, you are right. Correct. Understood this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go to 25th now. Let's do the 25th question now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Vijay, have you written this part now?
Sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the equilibrium constant in the case of ammonia reaction with oxygen?
Sorry, sir?
Ammonia reaction with oxygen. What is the
Yeah.
formula you got for equilibrium
Okay.
constant there?
Ammonia reacted with oxygen on. Sorry, sir. I think I did something else.
Ajay, okay, you did something else? Which one you did?
I wrote down the table.
Oh, okay, no. Table is not required. Yeah. What you do, table you don't have to,
Oh.
table is just for understanding purpose, not for remembering that thing.
Okay.
So, okay, no problem. Just write on this. I want you to write on this reaction. Ammonia plus Y, oxygen gives you nitric oxide plus H2O. Balance it out and then write down the formula for equilibrium constant for that. So ideally it should be coming.
Which one, sir?
Yeah, I'll just tell you.
Lactate.
I'll just send you this part.
Okay.
This is what I meant. Huh? This is a reaction. Okay, so ammonia is reacting with oxygen, gives you nitric oxide and H2O. So here we need to always mention the state of the reactant as well as the product. So that will help you on understanding how to form the equilibrium constant Kc.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Okay,
part is
so this one.
Yeah, all the number of moles will go as a power. Got it, no?
Okay.
All the number of moles will go as a power.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yeah.
Good, excellent. So now for the reverse process, what will happen? Equilibrium constant of the reverse reaction will be inverse of the equilibrium constant of the reaction in the forward direction, isn't it? Because right now which you have done is for the forward reaction. So if you want to find equilibrium constant for the reverse reaction, it will be just the reciprocal, right?
Yeah.
Good. Now what happens if we change the stoichiometric coefficients now, right? So how does the equilibrium constant will get affected now? Let's try to understand. Write down the reaction H2 plus I2 gives you 2HI and divide both the sides with 2.
Okay.
So how many moles of hydrogen, how many moles of iodine will come?
There's 1 mole of hydrogen, 1 mole of iodine, right?
Yeah. So divide both sides with 2. So 2HI will become the 1HI.
So half.
Yeah.
So maybe half level.
Correct.
Half mole.
Yes, excellent. So what will be equilibrium constant now?
It would be HI by H2 to the power half by into I2 to the power half.
Correct.
Okay, so what to do after that, sir?
Okay. Now just write on this part. Kc is equal to 1 by 2. Kc power is 1 by 2. Equilibrium constant, how much it will become? Equation 7.10.
Yeah.
So do you get the equation 7.10 or not? That is what we want to know. Because even, so we're just telling you the power, the number of moles will become the power, you know. And
Okay, I get it.
you getting it?
Yes, sir.
This will be helpful for your numerical calculations.
Yes, sir, I got it now.
Understood this part? Okay.
Yeah.
Understood, right? Clear this part? Yeah.
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, so equilibrium reaction is basically equal to Kc whole power square root of Kc. So Kc is, if we just already saw that Kc was equal to, you know, some value. Let's say, you know, reverse reaction, if we assume that forward reaction was x, Kc was equal to x, so it becomes x power 1 by 2, and then the Kc power 1 by 2 is the equilibrium constant of the above reaction. So once you know the reaction, so basically you can find out using the moles. So that is the only thing we need to understand. Okay. Now let's go to the Kc. This part is clear, no? If you want to generalize it, generalize will be given by the equation 7.11. Okay. Generalized things will be given by equation 7.11, and the equilibrium constant will be Kc whole power n. Is it clear, this part?
Yes,
These findings
yeah.
are summarized in table 7.4. It should be noted that because the equilibrium constant Kc and K-C have the different numerical values, it is important to specify the form of the balanced chemical equation, which when quoting the value of the equilibrium constant. Okay, so let's go to the table 7.4 now. Let's understand the table 7.4.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay? Yeah, I want you to write down the table 7.4 so that we'll understand this clearly. Okay, so the relation between the equilibrium constants for the general reaction and its multiples. So this is very important because this will be useful for your calculation purpose.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, you wrote down this part. First one is very simple because A moles of A reactant plus B moles of B reactant gives you C moles of C reactant and D moles of D reactant. So basically, normally the equilibrium constant will be the concentration of C to the power C, concentration of D to the power D divided by concentration of A into concentration of B to the power A and B. Correct? That will be given as Kc. But if you want to do the reverse reaction, it will become the reciprocal, isn't it? The equilibrium constants will become the reciprocal because numerator will change to denominator, denominator will change to numerator. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
So that is given as K-C. So that means for the reverse reaction. Second, if the number of moles are changing, that becomes Na, Nb and Nc like that, and Nd. So what will happen now? Yeah, in this case now,
Sorry, sir?
yeah, third row, just concentrate on the third row. Third row, if we see Na,
Okay.
yeah, in the third row what happens? Number of moles is getting multiplied with N. All the you know moles, number of moles are getting multiplied with N. So what will be the power now? Equilibrium constant Kc double dash will be equal to Kc whole power N. So power will, this number of moles will go to the power now, Kc power N. As clear this part?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, let's go to the examples. Problem 7.1 now. Let's understand this. Apply this formula in the table, problem 7.1. Let's try to understand this part and let's do this because it is application of the equilibrium constant. Okay, let's try it out. Yeah, Tanisha, you were telling
Yes, sir.
something. $25th part
No,
is
sir,
clear
I'll
to you,
send you.
Tanisha?
I'm just doing it, sir.
25th, you got it?
So I'm doing.
Okay, okay.
Because I'm doing the G part.
B part is not clear.
So I'm doing the G part.
G part, okay. Fine, fine. Till now, any questions, any doubt, Anisha?
Yes, so in C part. So when they say machinery purchased from Rahul and Company for 10,000, so the correct entry was supposed to be machinery account debit to R and Company 10,000, right?
Correct. Yes.
So and was entered in the purchase book as 6,000. So purchase book is getting debited as 6,000 and R and Company is getting credited for 1,000.
1,000. Okay. Yeah, correct. Yes, you are right. Yes, absolutely correct.
Okay, sir.
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah, how did you do this question?
So first I took NH2 as a numerator.
Okay.
And there are two more, so it's NH3 to the power 2, and N2 and H2 as 3. So
okay.
H2 to the power 3. We've also given the values already, so I just input the values and calculate it.
Excellent. Yeah. So it was straightforward, isn't it? So you remember that you just need to ensure that the all on the gaseous part and molarity is given for each of the reactants as well as product. So fine, I think it's clear to you this part. Next, let's go to the problem 7.2 now.
Yes, sir.
H part is clear to you, Tanisha? H part.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Super. So Vijay, always remember that whenever the question comes, right, the problem statement always ensure that they should mention these concentration at the equilibrium. Then only you can apply this formula. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
So always remember that the at equilibrium
Okay.
should be there in the problem statement. Then only you can get the equilibrium constant. Else, no. Because equilibrium constant means that there is a reactions has already been taken place and it's reached the state of the equilibrium. At that equilibrium point, what are the concentration of the reactants, what are the concentration of the products is present, that will determine you the constant value. Clear?
Yeah. Clear, sir.
Excellent. So you understand the exponent multiplication and division, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because here the exponent multiplication division will be more, but more often you will not
Yeah.
get the complicated ones, but it should be easier ones. But always ensure that you should get the up to second decimal place is what is expected. Answers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
तुम्ही को टीवी
Done, Tanisha?
Yes, I'm doing the suspense account. I'll just.
Okay, fine. All till M you note it down, right? No problem.
Sir?
Yeah.
Done.
Done? Clear this part? Any questions? Any questions?
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubts? Okay, fine.
No, sir.
No problem. Okay, fine. So yeah, let's go to the now homogeneous equilibrium now. Now write down the reaction N2 plus H2 gives you NH3, balance it out, and write down the next reaction CH3CO, the ethyl acetate. When you do the hydrolysis of it, what will happen? It gives you acetic acid and the alcohol. Two reactions write down, then I'll explain to you.
Yeah.
First is nitrogen plus hydrogen gives ammonia. Second is ethyl acetate reacts with water. It's aqueous. Basically, it's like when you do the hydrolysis of CH3CO C2H5, it gives you ethanoic acid plus ethanol. Okay. Now these two reactions we are taking the example because we are trying to show you how the homogeneous system of equation will look like. In the gaseous reaction, most of the time the gaseous reactions are the homogeneous. Homogeneous means you cannot differentiate between the reactants and the product. They are mixed together. You cannot be separated, isn't it? So that becomes the homogeneous phase. So all the reactants and products are in the homogeneous phase, and still the equilibrium constant is reached. So how we'll find out the equilibrium constant for these homogeneous equations. So example, it can be any aqueous ions. If all the states of the reactant and the product in the aqueous state, then become as well as we can say that is a homogeneous solution, because you cannot separate it out, isn't it? Homogeneous solution is difficult. You won't be able to separate it out, right? This is the example, salt and water. It becomes a homogeneous solution, right? Clear? Sugar and water becomes a homogeneous solution. Same way, when you combine the two reactants and the product gets formed, so it combines to form the homogeneous equilibrium. So it forms the homogeneous solutions. Okay. Now.
Okay.
Next, let's go to the equilibrium constant in the gaseous systems. What are the different equilibrium constant in the gaseous system? Okay, now here comes a very important formula. PV is equal to nRT. Write down this part. PV is equal to nRT. Then I'll explain to you.
Yes, sir.
Write down P is the pressure.
No.
N is the number of moles of the gas. V is the volume in meter cube. And T is the temperature in Kelvin. Is this part clear? So very important gas equation is PV is equal to nRT. So P is the pressure. Basically you will put the pressure in pascals. N is the number of moles of the gas, that I'll explain to you what is N here. And V is the volume of the gas in meter cube. These are all SI units. R is the constant in proportionality, and T is the temperature in Kelvin. Clear? Now what is R here? R is basically the constant of proportionality, that is given as 0.0831 bars per liter per mole Kelvin. Just write down this part. Here R is constant, okay? Rest everything has the value. This is the important gaseous equation. Okay. Now, one more thing is we need to notice is N by V is the concentration expressed in moles per meter cube. So N is number of moles, V is the volume, so it becomes the moles per meter cube.
Okay.
Moles per meter cube is also written as moles per liter or moles per decimeter cube. Got it? So any of the things are
Yes, sir.
fine. If the concept basically there when PV is equal to nRT, that means the volume is in meter cube. Okay. If the concentration C is in the moles per liter or moles per decimeter cube, then P is in the bar. Then you see pressure has the two units. You can put in the Pascal, you can put in the bar also. Right. Now
Yes.
the formula just changes because as per the N value, P is equal to CRT. Because C you are expressing in terms of moles per liter or moles per decimeter cube, and R is anyway the constant value, and so it says C is nothing but concentration of gas into R into T. Okay. Now we'll come to the different temperatures. What will happen now? The pressure of the gas is proportional to the concentration. This is the Charles law. Pressure of the gas is proportional to the concentration of the gas. So basically, pressure is directly proportional to the concentration of the gas, isn't it? Now P is directly equal to concentration. Okay, so let's try to understand that how it is done now. Now we'll try to derive the equation for it, and then we'll try to get the value of P and RT. Okay. Now take the example of hydrogen plus iodine gives the 2HI. Okay. Now we'll write down the Kc value, and we'll replace the Kc. We'll express the Kc value in terms of pressure of all the reactants and the products part. Okay? Because we know that at constant temperature, pressure of the gas is proportional to its concentration. So let's do this part.
Okay.
Right now, P is proportional to the concentration of the gas. Okay. P is proportional to the concentration of the gas. Now you have the reaction H2 plus I2 gives the 2HI. Now what will be the equilibrium constant? Kc will be given as normal formula, HI whole power 2 H2 and I2, correct? Now this is nothing but the concentration only. So we can replace the concentration by pressure, right? So pressure of the HI whole square divided by pressure of the hydrogen into pressure of the iodine. Can I write like this?
Yeah.
See, this can, your equilibrium constant can be written as by the equation 7.13 because pressure is directly proportional to the concentration of the gas, right? Clear or not?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, it's clear.
Good. Now, okay, so P is equal to, we have already mentioned this concentration we have written now. P is direct proportional to concentration of gas, and when you equate it, it becomes a CRT. Okay, let's try to understand this part now. We'll put the value of P now for each of the gas. So you put the value of P of HI, it will be given as CRT. Can I say that? P is nothing but the CRT. So C is nothing but the concentration of the HI gas.
Okay.
Is it clear this part? Concentration nothing but the HI of gas whole square, that was the concentration. CRT, so CRT whole square, so C is nothing but the HI concentration whole square into RT whole square. Again pressure of hydrogen means H2 concentration into RT, I2 concentration into RT, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what we get here is basically, now we represent the Kc in terms of the Kp. So now we finally got Kp was equal to Kc only. this entire thing RT gets cancelled everywhere. Finally it became equal to Kc only.
Okay.
So equilibrium constant at constant pressure is equal to equilibrium constant at normal equilibrium constant. So we see that both the equilibrium constants are equal. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, clear.
That is case in the case of the hydrogen iodine. Yeah. Yes, Tanisha, tell me.
So why can you explain the H1 again?
H part is not clear?
No, sir.
Okay, Tanisha. Let me, yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the H part now. Yeah. Okay. So what he's saying, credit sales to Raman 4000 posted to the credit of Raghavan as 1000. This part is clear. Okay. So what does it mean now? Credit sales to Raman. That means you are selling it to the Raman through the credit. Clear? So ideally, you should debit how much? 4000 from the Raman's account. Okay?
And credit to the sales account is 1000.
Yes. And posted to the credit of Raghavan as 1000. Now, you are basically what you are doing now. You are posted to the credit of Raghavan as 1000. So again you are debit, both are credit sales. Both ideally you have to debit from 4000 from the Raman's account, but you are debiting Raghavan's account with 1000 rupees. Got it?
So that means Raman account will get debited for 4000 and Raghavan account will get debited for 1000.
Yes. Meaning is that.
So then sales account will get then sales account will get credited for 4000 and suspense account will get credited for 1000, right?
Yeah, correct. Sales account, yeah. No. Tanisha, meaning here is basically, see, what was happening is you are debiting from the see, it's like you had to debit around 4000 rupees from the Raman's account, right?
Yes.
So you debited,
yes,
that was debit, and plus what you did is you have given 1000 rupees to the this guy Raghavan also. So you have to debit from the Raghavan also account 1000 rupees, and finally you have to credit how much to the suspense account then? 4000 plus 1000, 5000.
So but sales account is getting credited in the first case, right?
Yeah, first is sales account, yes, debit has to be. It has to be debit, go to the sales account, correct.
So that means suspense account will get credited by 1000.
Yes, suspense account will credit to 1000, correct. Because 1000 you have given it, so debit from 1000 and make the correction of that one.
So that is what I did, but in the suspense account is coming the difference of 4000.
No, suspense account should come as a 5000 should come suspense account, because Raman's account you have to debit 4000 rupees, and then unless you credited how much it is, you credited 1000 rupees to the Raghavan's account, so that also has to get debited, right? and it was a credit sales to that. Credit sales was then, it was not there, so you posted that 4,000 again in the
Yes.
suspense account. So 4,000 debit. So 4,000 ideally has to debit from the Raman's account, and 1,000 has to get debit from the Raghuvan's account. So total is 5,000. So 5,000 has to get to the credit to the suspense account.
So, but sales account is also, so sales account is also not getting credited, right?
Yeah, sales account is not getting credited. Correct. Sales account, because both are in the credit sales only, no? Both are credit sales only.
So, but one is for 1,000 and one is for 4,000.
Correct. So ideally 4,000 you give it. See, basically credit sales to Raman happened. Okay, I'll just tell you meaning here. So he gave the goods to the Raman for 4,000 rupees. He was to has to, he has to return 4,000. Then what you did, you gave the 1,000 rupees credit to the, you posted as 1,000 rupees credit to the Raghuvan. So both are on the credit basis. So ideally both has to get debited this much amount, right? And since it was credit,
Yes,
so
sir.
both has to go to the sales account, but it has not gone to the sales account. That's why we are putting to the suspense account.
So when they say that posted to the credit of Raghuvan, so what is the wrong entry that has passed?
Posted to the creditor. So wrong, it is done the wrong entry. That means the Raghuvan account is, Raghuvan amount is credited to the 1,000 rupees. Raghuvan account is credited with 1,000 rupees. That meaning is this. But actually you should
So,
debit,
so the debiting it from the suspense account and crediting Raghuvan is 1,000.
No. See, first identify what is wrong here and how is the correction happening. Both are wrong entries. Both are wrong entries. Credit sold to the Raman, posted to the credit of the Raghuvan as the 1,000. Basically 4,000, you have 4,000 rupees goods sold to the Raman on the credit, and you gave that credit of 1,000 rupees to the Raghuvan also. That is the wrong entry. So you have to return those things. You have to get those things.
So can you repeat?
See, question mean what is error in this statement? Error statement says that you have done the sales of 4,000 rupees to Raman on the credit. Okay, credit sales. Now the entry, you instead of writing the entry there, you have wrote the entry as a credit to the Raghuvan of how much? 1,000 rupees. So money has not come to you. Still the money has gone to the 1,000 rupees to the Raghuvan as a credit. You have entered there. Now, how to correct it?
Basically, Raman debited by 4,000.
Yeah.
And even sales account is getting credited by 4,000 and Raghuvan is also getting credited by 1,000.
So yes, so basically ideally what happens, Raman's account you have to debit 4,000, post to the sales account. Again Raghuvan amount debit 1,000 rupees, post to the sales account. Correct, no? But since there is nothing, so the money has not come to this part account, so we don't have the sales account right now because it's a credit sale. So that, but the entry was made, so that entry has to, that total amount has to go as the suspense account then.
Okay, sir.
Clear, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Perfect.
So I'm done then.
Done? Okay, no problem. You can just send me the, answer sheet. This part.
Yes, sir.
Let me just see the correction part, and yeah, I think this.
Yes.
Then we are done with this part. Right? Any questions till now? Any doubts apart from that?
No.
Oh, so Vijay, I think let's
No, sir.
close it now. We'll continue in the next class part. Okay. So this pressure I'll explain to you
Okay,
this
sir.
derivation part in next class. Fine. So I think let's close it now. We'll continue. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Chalo. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.